I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Today we're reading from the book of 2 Samuel chapter 20. Let's focus on verses 8 through 10. They were at the great stone in Gibeon when Amasa joined them. Joab was wearing his uniform, and under it was a belt around his waist with a sword in its sheath. And as he approached, the swords fell out. And Joab asked Amasa, "Are you well, my brother?" And then with his right hand he grabbed Amasa by the beard to kiss him. And Amasa was not on guard against the sword in Joab's hand. And Joab stabbed him in the stomach with it and spilled his intestines out on the ground. Joab did not stab him again, for Amasa was dead. And Joab and his brother Abishai pursued Sheba, the son of Bichri. There was a revolution underway. A Benjamite named Sheba was trying unsuccessfully to get 10 tribes of Israel to secede from David's tribe of Judah and from the priestly tribe of the Levites. Sheba was a rebel, out and out. And David appointed a man named Amasa to muster a Judean army within 3 days in order to pursue Sheba and quash the rebellion. But for whatever reason, Amasa took more than his allotted time. And so David told Abishai to muster his army and to march out against Sheba. Joab and his men were riding out under Abishai's command. It seems cut and dried, really. Go get the rebel. But if you look closely, you'll notice 2 rebels in the story. Joab himself is also a rebel, even though he works for David. Perhaps a more dangerous rebel than Sheba. On his way to bring justice to another rebel, Joab took the opportunity to kill his power rival within David's kingdom. And sadly, we're not surprised because we've seen all this before. People who get in Joab's way find themselves pushing up daisies. Joab butchered Abner and Absalom, and now Amasa is his latest victim. Joab specialized in treachery and blood. But was he really a rebel? Sure, he was a brutal warrior, but was he a threat to the kingdom? I believe that he was. Sheba wanted to leave the Davidic kingdom behind, but Joab refused to be controlled within the kingdom. He was always hacking away to keep his own position unrivaled. Jesus warned us of such men. Matthew 7, verse 21, "Not everyone who says to me, 'Lord, Lord,' will enter the kingdom of heaven, but only the one who does the will of my Father who is in heaven." There is such a thing as acknowledging the king's sovereignty and yet disregarding the king's will. You see, Joab is faithful to David. He does not try to become king like Sheba, and yet he acts as his own king. He's extremely loyal to David, but essentially, he is an unsubmissive servant of David. And this kind of person has no place in the kingdom in the end. There are scores of Joabs in the church, by the way. Do you have Joabs in your life? Are you a Joab to someone else in spiritual authority? Are you one who claims loyalty to God and yet he denies the authority of God's scripture? I'm Steve Wiggins, and this is the Groundworks Ministries podcast. Groundworks Ministries operates entirely through faithful donations from people like yourself. And if you're being ministered to through the daily teaching of Groundworks Ministries, and you'd like to help us to lead God's people back to the Bible, would you consider donating to Groundworks Ministries today? We need your support now more than ever. Donating is secure and it's easy at our website. Check us out at groundworksministries.com.